Hello everyone, my name is Marin and I'm in the OGCDP NST. I'm responsible for the minor area EP journey, and that also includes the topic of reintegration, which we're going to talk about today. So the goal of this session is that you gain a general understanding of the concept of reintegration and that you know about the different definitions of reintegration. You should be able to connect reintegration and the EP flow, so you should know where reintegration actually takes place. And of course, in the end, you should be able to implement reintegration in your LC and to reintegrate your own EPs. Therefore, I would like to talk to you about the different definitions of reintegration, then about the touch points within the EP flow, and then I would like to introduce the different concepts of reintegration that we have in the NST. So the Welcome Home seminar, the Returnee PDT, which is the Returnee Personal Development Talk, the Returnee Report, and in the end, the Net Promoter Score and the way the EP gets his deposit back. So first of all, some general definitions of reintegration, so we all know what we are talking about. So reintegration is basically the last step in the EP flow. If you take a look on the EP flow, after the exchange, when the EP comes back, the reintegration is the closing of his journey. So actually it's just meant for the EP to welcome him back after his internship. And there are different levels of reintegration. So right now everyone is thinking about different levels. If he hears reintegration, one side would be reintegration into society. Just imagine the EP comes back after his stay abroad. He maybe experienced a culture shock somewhere, let's say in Africa, and he returns back to Germany, and here everything has changed, and somehow he has to find back into his everyday routine. So this would be reintegration into society, and actually OGX is responsible for this part. But of course, an EP can join ISAC and become a member if he wants to. And this would be reintegration into ISAC, and this is the interface with TM that we have. If you would like to find out more about reintegration into ISAC for newies, then you should ask the TM NST, because they have nice videos for that as well. But we are going to focus on the OGX side and reintegration into society. If you want to have a successful reintegration, then you have to start early, because once the EP is back and it's a surprise to him that actually there is some kind of reintegration, he might not expect that and he might not be that happy about it and not willing to participate. So reintegration can just be successful if you announce it early enough so the EP can actually prepare himself. Another important step would be that you have a basis for the reintegration, which is a fitting EP body support during the whole journey. So especially once the EP is abroad, stay in touch with him, contact him maybe twice a month, so he doesn't forget about ISAC. Because otherwise, if the EP doesn't really like ISAC, if he doesn't like his body, why should he then participate in a Welcome Home seminar or in future activities? So make sure he actually likes ISAC and he gets the best support possible from your side. Maybe be a little bit more precise when to mention reintegration. So the first contact the EP has is, of course, the information evening. And there you should have a slide with maybe all the costs that are listed. And there it's written that there are €15 extra just for reintegration. So the EP already gets an idea that there is a preparation before his internship, but also a closing in the end of his internship. Maybe more important for you as an EP buddy, during the personal talk you should definitely mention reintegration, because then it's your task to explain the whole process, to set the right expectation, and there of course reintegration should play an important role. Also at the outdoor preparation, you have a link again to the following steps. And of course, before the EP returns, you have to announce reintegration. That means maybe, let's say, a week before the EP actually flies home, you should send him all the dates and the next steps for his seminar so he can actually prepare for that. In the NST, we created some standard communication, which includes some standardized emails and dates and templates and booklets, and you can simply use them to send them to the EP because there are all the important information already included. I hope now you have a general understanding about reintegration, what the concept is, why it is important, and when to start it. So I would like to introduce to you the different concepts we have. The first one, and the most important one, is the Welcome Home seminar. This should definitely be the main solution for reintegration, and you should try to push as many EPs as possible to attend this event, because the more people there are, the more fun it is, and it's not that nice if you have a sharing with just 1 or 2 persons. So try to make the event as big as possible. The seminar should be a workshop of a minimum of 8 hours, and it's important that you have at least 1 ICC trainer, that is a trainer from ISEC with special qualifications for EP preparation, to do this seminar, because in the outline and in the content you have different models and theories which are only known by an ICC trainer. You as a buddy can of course ask your VP or the trainer if you can help him, if you can attend the seminar to see your EPs again, but make sure that it's at least one trainer. Also, we do have a recommendation, which means that there shouldn't be more than 6 delegates per trainer, because otherwise the group gets too large and each EP doesn't have enough time to share the story, because they really should go into detail, show photos and so on, and then it would just be too much. Also, there are €15 fee already included in the EP fee, and these €15 should be used for nice food, trainer material and so on, so try to make the event as nice as possible for the EPs. Well, what is the seminar actually about? I think I already mentioned it a little bit. It's meant to give the EPs time to reflect on their experience and to have a deeper understanding about what they actually learned. They should go into detail and review their experience again to see which nice parts they had, which problems they faced, and to have some key learnings. Also, it's quite a nice atmosphere if they have other EPs, so they can tell their story, have some nice sharing. And what I already mentioned, there are some theories and contents from the OP which are used again. So actually the EPs have quite a nice frame with the outdoor preparation, then the experience, and in the end a nice closing. And of course, in the end, there's also some space for feedback, because we are always interested in how the experience was and how we can improve quality, and that's just possible if we have the feedback. Then there's another opportunity you could do, which is the returnee personal development talk. This is just a solution for EPs who return in off-peaks. That means an EP goes abroad and returns, and there are no other EPs coming back with him. So you don't have the opportunity at all to do a seminar because there aren't any other EPs. He's the only one, and you can't provide him with a seminar within 4 weeks after his return. In these cases, you should definitely do a personal development talk, and there's a second group of EPs who needs this talk, which are the quality cases. EPs who had a quality case faced really tough problems during their journey, and they need some extra time to reflect on that and to pass all their story on. For quality cases, you should definitely have the returnee PDT, but they can additionally join the seminar if they want to, but it's not a must. In this returnee PDT, you should ask specific questions, and of course you as the EP buddy should lead the talk. The talk should take at least 1 hour, and make sure you give the EP enough time to actually tell the story and not to hurry too much. We provide you with a guideline with different questions. You don't have to use them question by question. You can adapt them, you can use your own question, but make sure you cover the most important parts, which are support through ISEC, here in your home LC, but also in the host LC abroad. Focus on the experience itself, so accommodation, the project, other trainees, the country itself and the people there, and the key learnings of the EP. So there are different questions which cover all the different parts. And make sure if you're dealing with a quality case, then please inform your BP or the NST directly so we can keep on improving our quality. Then we do have the returnee report, which the EP has to write. It should be 2 pages, enough for, and the EP should also give us 3 photos separately, which we can use for marketing materials, such as flyers or posters, of course, only if the EP agrees with that. And there's also a template for this report, so some given questions, a nice layout for that, and you can use it. In the end, we do have another important step, which is the Net Promoter Score. The Net Promoter Score is a survey which is sent to the EP automatically after his internship ended, so when he returns. In this survey, there are just 2 different questions, and the EP can rate his experience and give us points from 0 to 10. So these results are displayed in the GIS system, so we can have an overview how the EP liked his experience. And of course, this survey is mandatory. If the EP doesn't answer this survey, he does not get his €50 deposit back. Talking about the deposit, here are again the steps which the EP has to fulfill before he gets his €50 back. He has to attend the Welcome Home seminar or the Return UPDT if we can't offer a seminar. Then next we have the report and the 3 photos attached. The NPS survey has to be answered, and after that you can update his status in Salesforce and inform your finance team that they can transfer the €50 back to the EP. Well, these would be the most important steps for reintegration. Of course, there's so much more to do, and if you have further questions, you can always contact me or Megan or other people from the OGCDP NST. And now it was quite a lot theoretically, now it was quite a lot input for you, and of course you have to practice it. So I hope you have lots of fun reintegrating your EPs and see how much work you put in them and how happy they return. So enjoy your reintegration.